Telling you radicals, Weber State. The Butler did it tomorrow here. So Weber State's 15.5-point favorites. Now, I get it, they're at home, but I don't know how anybody makes Weber State a 15.5-point favorite against anybody. This defense, they've given up 48, 45, and 42, and wasn't for a knockdown, they would have gave up 21 points in the last 8 minutes of the game. They were spent. This team has got issues. Noah Kerr, could be their best player, is out for the season. Torn ACL. Offensive line's got issues. They've got 3 dinged up offensive linemen. Vi's out. Got a torn calf. So we know they haven't been able to stop anyone. Now, Butler, they're in the Pioneer League. So Weber's played against teams in that league before and done pretty well. Coming here, this altitude. Butler, basketball school, right? Oh, yeah. Kind of like Weber used to be. So, first off, before we get into the Weber, what the score is going to be, let's talk some BYU. Jay Hill, our old coach here, he's been shutting them out. They haven't played anybody. Well, they're playing somebody. They're at East Carolina, which is always a good program. Good team. BYU's favored by 7. Jay Hill's lights out defense keep doing it. I don't know. We'll find out, but I like BYU lighting the 7. I think that team's all that. I really think they're possibly a top 10 team. They haven't even cracked the top 20, have they? But let's start off with Utah, Texas Tech at Utah. Again, another Weber State tie. Jumping Jack, the punter's our old punter. He's at Texas Tech. Mickey Mantle ran off so many players, it was unbelievable. We had All-Americans all over this. They've all been run off. Now, as you know, New Mexico plays New Mexico State. That spread's going to be so gigantic, people are waking up. Hey, man, is that some bread on your head? I hope you took the money line. I told you that they would beat UCLA and Bankston. Our old player lit them up. So we have a great group of running backs. We have a really great running back, Godley, but we have a dinged up offensive line. And the playbook here, and this is going to be the same playbook with Butler, is make them beat you with the pass. Because this quarterback, the good, the bad, the ugly, in his first 3 weeks has been, the first 2 weeks, but, they played powerhouses. JMU, really that big of a powerhouse? JMU lit them up. Lit them up. Can't stop nobody. And he was terrible. He's thrown 7 INTs. And against Arizona, he was horrid. Pick 6, and that quarterback looked like freaking Dan Marino. And so he just lit them up. This defense got issues because they got really serious issues at linebacker. And we knew that coming in. They've lost a lot of players. They've left. IU and one of the other, our better linebackers just hung up their cleats, walked off with football. So, and I get that. This is a tough gig, college football. So, I could never bet Weber State this year playing anyone playing 15.5 at home. The Butler did it. So what do I think the score is going to be? I think it's going to be the same thing. I think Butler's going to score points. Look, the defensive lines had issues. Thompson's always good. They've got issues, and, they haven't been able to stop anybody. It's the linebacker core. A lot of freaking, we knew that was going to be the issue. A lot of injuries, they haven't been able to step. So these DBs have had to, they've had to check up. These DBs are all leading tacklers. When your DBs are the leading tacklers on your team, you got issues. So Arizona's playbook was they knew they're going to chain them up over the top, and they went over the top. It's like I just saw Bird. You don't get any chances to return punts because the other teams don't punt because this defense can't stop anyone. And I knew this. I knew this clear back last spring. So I said these games are going to be high-scoring, wild-ass games, which they have been. That game at New State was insane. mean, nuts. What a comeback might make me say, but I think it's going to be the same here. I think it's going to be a close game. And I think it's going to be a lot of points, and it's going to come back. Jackson, I don't know where Klauke and I love Steve Klauke. He was the greatest. God bless him. We should have patches on. He was killed tragically in a car wreck. But Archie and Graybill, they're old. They sit and talk about where they're eating and I get it, and I love the two guys. But I don't know where they get off on this great quarterback play. This quarterback play's been horrid. Now, will he improve? Well, we're in week 4. We'll see. First 3 weeks, not good. So they're keen on Godwin. The playbook, and I said it, is going to be this all year. They're going to. He's that good. He's a Bankston, and they know it. They're like, we're not letting him beat him, and he's got to beat up offensive line. They're not going to let Godley beat him. And now, can Butler stop him? I think he'll have a better game. Because so they're going to make Jackson Gilkey beat him. Now, I practiced every day all year, and I had him at number 4 in the quarterback depth charts. Might keep they won't play their best quarterback. They wouldn't play him last year. They won't play him. Jennings is their best quarterback by far. By far. I mean, when the competition, he won it by far. It wasn't even close. They refused to play him, which I don't know why they brought him here not to play him. Which I don't get it. Of course, I've never got the personnel decision since Jay Hill left Mickey Mantle. I don't get it. I don't understand what it's degenerate, what it is. I mean, I do not understand how you take this powerhouse national power, 7th in the country, and it just folds up like this. So people think, we were just going to scorch them. I don't think so. I think we will score points. I think we were going to get some. But the problem with Jackson, it's out in the flats, these flats, and they're going to run this quarterback runner. He's the great runner. He's not the great running quarterback. They're keen on Gottlieb, so it's up in his lanes, and he's getting some yards running. But his passing, he's got a good long ball. They don't throw a lot of long balls. I mean, had that great long ball right up to get to Jalen Record, who's outstanding. But they've lost Noah. It's a big blow. They got other good they got plenty of good wide receivers. It's these passes out into the flat he can't make. In practice all year, he's pick six. Now, I don't know if Butler's going to be able to step up. They don't even do scholarships at that school. They're a basketball school. Well, like we were used to be. So hey man, is that some bread on your head? What I think the score is going to be. I think it's going to be 36-29. That's what I think the final. 36-29. The Butler did it. I hate to say that, and I hope Weaver can, win and play a good game, and they can. It's possible, but injuries on offensive line, they can't stop anybody. Butler's going to score on them. McNeese State scored 21 right at the end of that game. Ended up 42-41, and I had that, so I'll lay the 7 and take BYU, but I could be wrong. East Carolina might beat them, but I'll take them. Utah, Texas Tech. I never trust Utah. I mean, they squeaked out against the spread last week against a very poor Wyoming team. That Wyoming team has no offense. Texas Tech has offense. By the way, Jumpin' Jack, our all-mark kicker, is their punter. That game's at 10 in the morning. Take Texas Tech. Moneyline them. They're getting 3. I think they'll win the game. It'll be a good game. Of course it will be. You got 16 versus 17, but that's not what Whittingham is. You don't win games like this. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. And I wouldn't parlay the 3 together. I'd bet them separately, and do a little parlay. But you know what the money line for the money line is for Butler here? I think you're talking fucking 5.5, 6-1. But I just cannot see Weber covering. I can't see Weber State getting 15 points against a high school team right now. The way the quarterback play's been and the way it's been, they can't. No defense. There's no D in Weber. They have 48, and those 48 and 45 days, JMU and Arizona could have been 100. I mean, the game was 31-0 in the first quarter. They got no D. You know, it's the linebacker play. They cannot stop the run, and when they do cheat up the DB, and they got some pretty good DBs. You know, they got some. You know, Angel King's been fantastic. They got some good DBs, but when they're your leading tackers, they're hurting the defensive line and they're hurting at linebacker. And that's just the way it is. And I said it's going to be this whole year. High scoring wild games. So that's what I'm going with. The Butler did it. You know, I might be wrong. I don't know. Hey man, is that some bread on your head? I don't gamble, you know. But did I not tell you about New Mexico? You know, they were 4 plus 455 on the money. And I said they'll go into the Rose Bowl and kick their ass, which they did. They dominated that game, but the spread's going to be so giant against New Mexico State, he'll call off the dogs. You know, so we'll see. I think, you know, Godley will get loose and get some plays, and you know, Jackson Gluck, he's got 7 INTs right now, and I think 3 touchdown passes or 2, and so it's not good. Now, will it change? I mean, they're playing Butler. Well, it better change because they go to UC Davis, and UC Davis is all that. I mean, they could win. The Big Sky's loaded this year. Of course, the Big Sky's always loaded. So, you know, we'll see tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, but the Butler did it. We'll see. You know, Weaver could win, but I just don't see it. Weaver gives up too many points. Stay tuned.